Okay, here are my slides from yesterday. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to pick up right where I left off yesterday. It's like we never left. So just to go quickly over, there's a solution data flow diagram here. It's part of this slide deck. It's dense. So, please, I invite you to look at it to see more of the details about what it took to put this all together. And now I'm going to go through some of these, some screenshots here, or actually go through a demo of the application. So I've got this is my console to the Kubernetes server. And whoops, this is the application where I can make a manual request to start some iRODS topologies and run iRODS tests. So we'll just do a simple one to start. I'll call it UGM1. And actually I used UGM, I'll do UGM2. I'll do a test environment core, which just runs a database and a iRODS provider. I'm not going to enter a package directory. And the reason why I'm starting here is because I didn't want to go all the way back to GitHub and then come back in here. You guys would fall asleep by the time I get that done. So I'm going to select an Ubuntu 2004 version for the provider. And a database, I think I'll select Postgres 1411. Right. So then I'll go run a really quick test. I know that runs quick. I help, and I'll submit the request. Oh, I forgot to pick where I want to do the test, so I'll do the test on the provider, and then I'll submit the request. And another page comes up here where I can submit, and I can start watching how this is going to progress. Any second now, there it goes. It's the job supervisor is kicked in. My request has created one workflow, and it's now going through all of those things I talked about yesterday, all those steps in the workflow. First, it's doing the staging. The staging's already done. It already flashed away. I can see the status on the where's my mouse? There it is. So the status of the provenance of the run is being updated in here, and now the database has just started up. So this we said was a Postgres 14 point something. So that's part of the environment that I've selected. And then now it's starting the provider. You can see the iRODS provider over in the Kubernetes console is listed. The forensics, which is another component that I talked about yesterday, that's going to just kind of hang around until the provider tests are done. So this is probably the most basic thing that you can do with this. Once it's complete, we'll see the results of it. But what I really want to show is to create a test run that's a little more complicated. I'll call this one UGM, what was it, 2 last time? Okay, we'll do 3. I'll do another core test with a provider. Operating system, I'll just stick with the same thing. And I'm going to select all the tests. Okay, here we go. And I'll submit that request. So I got UGM2 going on at the same time, and UGM3 is about to start up. And you can see that the supervisor has already picked up the second request that I made. And now it's going to create some 20 iRODS environments and run tests on each one. So what happens is one request spreads out all of the tests into numerous iRODS topologies. So we've gone wide, we've gone parallel. And I've set this up so that it's the most efficient as it can possibly be, because where I work, this is a very, very popular resource. And so I only get a small quota, right? If I had more resources, and I will accept bags of money, by the way, if I can get more resources, I can go even wider. Instead of 1 or 2 tests per, 8 or 10 tests per instance of iRODS, I can go 1-to-1. I can create a iRODS topology that'll run 1 test, and it'll do that, as we'll probably see here with the second one is probably all done. Yeah, so it's, oh no, it's actually still running. That's interesting. I figured it'd be done by now. Oh, there it is. So we can see the first request that I made. It finished. Actually, it's still thinking. That's odd. We'll just stick with 3. But we can see now that the first part of the second request that I made has gone through staging, and now it's initiating. It's creating iRODS environments. So we've got a whole boatload of databases that are getting stood up all at the same time. And soon it will go and it will start creating providers and forensic components. And we can we can watch this, stare at this. It's like sort of like watching grass grow. But I'm surprised this one isn't finished yet. That's the problem with doing live demos, right? But I can show you one that had finished. Oh, hold it. It says it's ready to download, so it's finished. Why isn't it? That's terrible. Well, yeah, because it says forensics complete. And we can see in this singular test, it summarizes what happened for that test. So it tells us, we did an iHelp test. There were 6 tests, actually 6 individual tests in that one test. And it tells us all this other information. And we can also download the, file doesn't exist yet. Okay, probably because the final staging hasn't run yet. So we can't look at that yet.
All right, time's up.
All right, well, that's it. So I get away from you people asking questions. No, seriously. Does anybody have any questions?
Time's up.